Hi, I'm Joel Brizeke. I recorded a bit of a longer version of this, and you can find that on my page here on YouTube, youtube.com/Grace Roots. But I know that some people like a shorter, quicker version of things, and so that's why I'm doing this. So we're not going to get all of the meat, but we're going to get the main highlights in the book of Hebrews, in chapter 7 specifically, that talks about the importance of Abraham's tithe to Melchizedek. So let's jump right into it. Melchizedek, why is this character brought up? Well, all throughout the book of Hebrews, the writer is trying to make the point. See, he's writing to the Jews. He's writing to the Hebrews who have been under the law. They've been in this Levitical system where they gave tithes to the Levites. They've been under this system of law. And the writer is trying to show them now that through Jesus, all of that's been done away with. And now their focus is Jesus, because Jesus is superior to the old covenant. He's superior to the law. He's superior to the Levite system and all of that. And in order to prove this, in order to show this, the writer talks about Melchizedek and shows Jesus' connection to Melchizedek. And so here's the thing about Melchizedek. In chapter 7 of Hebrews, first being translated King of Righteousness, and then also King of Salem, meaning King of Peace, without father, without mother, without genealogy, having neither beginning of days nor end of life, but made like the Son of God, remains a priest continually. So that's the writer of Hebrews talk about Melchizedek. That's what he has to say about Melchizedek. He goes on to say, now consider how great this man was, to whom even the patriarch Abraham gave a tenth of the spoils. That's important there. We're trying to see, he's trying to show how great Melchizedek was. And indeed, those who are of the sons of Levi who receive the priesthood have a commandment to receive tithes from the people according to the law, that is, from their brethren, though they have come from the loins of Abraham. See, the Levites came from Abraham, but he whose genealogy is not derived from them received tithes from Abraham and blessed him who had the promises. Now, beyond all contradiction, the lesser, that's Abraham, is blessed by the better. So let's get this picture. We've got a contrast here. We've got the current system. When this book was written, when the epistle to the Hebrews was written, the current system, the Levites, mortal men, were receiving tithes from their brethren, from the other tribes of Israel. Contrast that with, and the Levites came from the tribe of Aaron. Contrast that with Abraham giving a tithe to Melchizedek. Now, Melchizedek didn't come from the tribe of Aaron. He had no genealogy, no father, no mother, no beginning of days, nor end of life. So that's the first contrast there. Then the writer goes on, even Levi, who receives tithes, paid tithes through Abraham, so to speak, for he was still in the loins of his father when Melchizedek met him. That is so important right here. If you can picture this, Abraham, way back when, is bringing his tithe to Melchizedek. This is long before the Levitical system. He's bringing his tithe to Melchizedek. The Levites had not been born yet, so they were effectively they were in Abraham. They hadn't been born. So Melchizedek, the writer is showing here that Melchizedek is greater than Abraham, because Abraham is the one who brought the tithes to Melchizedek. So Melchizedek is the greater one. Since the Levites were still in Abraham, then Melchizedek is also greater than the Levites. That's important because Jesus is high priest according to the order of Melchizedek, as this epistle says 5 times. And so since Jesus is of the order of Melchizedek, and Melchizedek is greater than the Levites, then Jesus is greater than the Levites. Again, the writer is trying to show the Jewish people, the Hebrews, trying to show them that that system that they'd been under is now done away with because of Jesus. And he uses Abraham's tithe to Melchizedek to show, not to show that the church needs to tithe to Melchizedek or to tithe to Jesus. That has nothing to do with this at all. But it's all about showing how Melchizedek and Jesus are greater than the Levite system. And therefore, as the writer goes on to say in Hebrews 7, there needs to be a change of the law. The priesthood being changed of necessity, there is a change of the law. And he talks about how the law the former, on the one hand, there's the annulling of the former commandment because of its weakness and unprofitableness, for the law made nothing perfect. On the other hand, there is the bringing in of a better hope through which we draw near to God. That's what it's all about. That's what Hebrews 7 is all about. It's not about tithing at all. It's about the bringing of a better hope. That's Jesus. The better hope than what? A better hope than the Levite system. A better hope than the old covenant and the law. That's what the writer of Hebrews is saying in chapter 7. Again, a longer version of this can be found on this page, youtube.com/graceroots. Thanks a lot for checking it out.